Workshop, episode number 356. Tonight on the Workshop, we've got myself, Jester Lind. We've got Kel Davies, Brad Martin, Josiah, and Izzy. If you don't know how the Workshop works, this is how it works. Every one of these comedians was given an assigned topic, and they were forced to write a 5-minute set on that topic. Afterwards, we'll go around the circle and we'll offer feedback and tags and notes. After that, at the end of the session, we'll all have an opportunity to go through some of our own material that we're working on, testing on, and we'll have another feedback circle. At the end, we'll plug all of our stuff and go to bed. First on the Workshop tonight is me. My name is Jester Lind, and my topic that I was given was Fox News. Oh, the biggest bummer about this part was, in order to write on this topic, I definitely had to watch some Fox News. Yesterday on Fox News, Tucker Carlson said that he's really upset that the Pentagon is spending so much time prioritizing and analyzing diversity, as opposed to covering all of the UFOs thing, proving once again that he does in fact care more about green lives than brown lives. Now, is Tucker Carlson a racist? Is he stoking fear and distracting us by asking questions? I don't know. I'm just asking questions. One thing that no one's asking questions about that I think actually qualifies as a cover-up. Now, this is a real thing. Joe Biden used to talk about this all of the time, but then his team told him to stop talking about it. Joe Biden, when he sits on a toilet, he sits backwards on the toilet. He puts one leg on either side of the toilet tank, and he uses the tank like a little desk. Now, I'm not saying I don't appreciate a comedian with a president with a good work ethic, but ew. Now, there's a couple other things. I had to go looking into what's Fox News talking about. So here's some Fox News. Fox News recently flipped out that Joe Biden jokingly threatened to hit a reporter with his truck. What the situation was, Joe Biden was testing a truck, and he was just supposed to be answering questions about the truck. A reporter asked him a question about Israel. Joe Biden says, "Sure, I'll answer the question about Israel. Just stand in front of the truck first." And then he got a chuckle, and then he said, "I was just joking." Fox News said, and admittedly they have a point, that everyone would just crucify Trump if he said that. A couple of differences though. When Trump was in a truck, the truck wasn't moving. When Trump made a joke, people didn't laugh right away, and he didn't explain that it was a joke until he got in trouble later. So I don't know. I'm just gonna give it to Joe Biden on this one. I don't want to answer any questions about Israel. So I'm going to skip that. I'm going to skip talking about that one some more. A Tuesday article from Fox News has kicked off a budding online misinformation campaign. Basically, what happened was Fox News, they've now retracted the story, but quietly. They were saying that the Black Lives Matter group was supporting Hamas. That's not what happened. They just said, stop killing Palestinians. Basically, they just drew a line. It's like me saying, drawing a line from I like hummus to I support terrorism overseas. That's not what happened. Fox News is up to some sneaky bullshit. Oh, also, Fox News, who's being sued for $1.6 billion by Dominion, says that they were just covering both sides of the story that they completely made up. So that's a fair attitude, right? I don't know how well that's going to work out. Also, I can't believe that Fox News got as upset about the Mr. Potato Head thing as they did. Picking the potato toy that you literally swap the male and female body parts is the wrong hill to die on if you're trying to refuse trans people their rights. I don't know. It's a weird hill to die on. Anyways, that's my coverage on Fox News coverage. Thank you. Good night. Woo! Any notes?
You know, the political humor is harder for me to gauge that one. I'm definitely, I admire you taking the swing in. I really don't have nothing because it's kind of one of those things you have to really turn on all the issues to catch up on, pick up on all the jokes. So sometimes it's hard, like if you don't keep track of every little bitty thing. Yeah. So I definitely admire you for doing that one.
I like how you said how when they said that the Black Lives Matters, they were trying to support the rebellion, but when you said that, no, you made the correlation to it, and I think you could have said that's like when Black Lives Matter, when they're doing marches, and that's like someone trying to interject and say all lives matter.
Yeah.
And it's like they're not opposing this certain party, they're just saying don't kill, as if killing anyone has never been okay.
Right. Yeah, no, I think BLM was basically making a point that we're, all like in this situation, some lives are on fire over here in Palestine. I'm talking about those ones. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah, that was funny. Someone mic sounds like Darth Vader.
Oh no.
I want to hear about some like actual like, Fox News, like like the actual little animals, like.
Pardon?
Like some Fox News, like the animals. Like I want to hear some news about.
Oh
Fox News.
Yeah.
I was misled.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was. It was pretty. Going down that news rabbit hole, it was pretty disheartening to find out what the Fox say.
Right.
Yeah, I unfortunately. Does everything sound good now?
Yes.
It's better now.
Awesome.
We're getting a little bit of speaker feedback off of you. We can all hear ourselves through your speakers.
Okay.
You might need to turn your volume down a bit.
For sure.
Hello. Yep.
Oh yeah.
It's me.
You get that nice 80s vocal layering.
Oh no. Yeah, I joined late. I hope the audio isn't that bad now.
It's better now. It's
better now? Awesome.
I'm going to selectively mute you when it is problematic. If you don't mind.
Okay, awesome.
Just move erratically if I'm muting you and you want to get on talk. Just
okay.
This is the signal. This is the signal.
Okay.
Next up, we've got Kel Davies.
Ooh.
Hey. My topic tonight was widows, which I gotta say I was slightly stunned when Scott sent me my topic, considering I just actually recently became a widow. So yeah, anyone else's partner just recently get a PS5, or am I the only PlayStation widow tonight? Like, the guy hasn't got off the couch for 3 months now. Like the neighbors only see me outside. I mean, they don't want to ask, but they just keep bringing over casseroles. So I just answer the door with a sad look and say, thank you. Yeah, he sits on the couch and fishes on the TV. Like he brags about how realistic it is. I said, you know what else is super realistic? Like actual fishing in nature. We live in Niagara Falls. Like our city is basically just water, but he just sits on a couch and fishes for hours. He called me over the other day and he said, honey, come look at how beautiful this spot is. And I said, which spot? Like the crater that's just permanently in our couch now, or like the spot that you just keep your coffee on that is just stained my table? Which one's more beautiful? I figure with the lack of exercise and the extra snacking, that heart disease is definitely on the menu for him. So I took out a few extra insurance policies. Yeah, I told him that I got a better deal on car insurance. So it was just like, honey, sign here. But if he dies, like I'm worth more than Jeff Bezos at this point. So, got to get that widow money. He's almost 5 years younger than me, so we always argue like who's going to die first. We finally said, you know what, this is stupid. Like, why are we arguing about something that we have no control over? Right? So we just decided we're going to do the murder-suicide. Yeah, it's next Friday. We were going to have a going away party, but, COVID. I also think sometimes like what would happen to us if one of us dies, right? Like what would become of us if we became like a widow or a widower. I mean, for him, for sure, he'd become a bridge troll within like a week, wearing like the same dirt shirt covered in 4 different types of mustard stains and like 3 other mystery liquids, like Skid Rock shorts, like that look like he's about to take a rip on his BMX at any time. Like he would just live in shorts all year round. I mean, he already tries to. I have to stop him. So if he dies first, well, I mean, I'm going to have more money than the Catholic Church, right? All those insurance policies. So I definitely have new boobs, like a new butt, about 12 more dogs, gigantic house for my dogs, big trailer for my dogs. I basically just replaced sex with dogs. I mean, I have 3 already, so I've kind of already done it. Just a bit of an upgrade. I also think I definitely need to move. Like, I wouldn't be able to stay in the same house if I became a widow. I really have a fear that I'd be banging like a new guy, and like my old dead husband would be just like weeping in the corner like his ghost, right? I'd just walk by the chair over on the far side of the room and there'd be like a wet spot on the floor. Not sure if it's from like his tears or like him masturbating, but either way, like super disturbing, right? But as soon as word gets out that this like rich bitch is on the market, like I'm gonna have to get like a big stick, right? Like talking about a magic wand. I'm a huge Harry Potter nerd, and I've always wanted like one of those replica wands, but they're like crazy expensive. You, like definitely need some widow money to buy one of those things. I was watching a documentary though, like watching super amount of Netflix right now, right? This woman, she became a widow 5 times over. She actually she lost 5 husbands. Most of them led to investigations, obviously, naturally, because of the pattern. But nothing was ever found. So, I'm sitting on the couch, like furiously taking notes, and my husband walks in the room and I switch it off really quick. Like I just got caught watching porn or something, right? But I did get some good tips though, some do's and don'ts. Like, do bury them in the backyard, but don't ever move. That's when you get caught, right? Like the new people move in and then they want to put an in-ground pool. Suddenly it's a dead husband reunion and you're going down. What you want is to die in the house. Then they find all the bodies after you're dead. They make a cool documentary and they interview all your neighbors and they say, I never suspected she was so quiet. Like, I can't believe all the horrors going on next door. I just kept bringing over casseroles. So anyway, that's what I got on widows.
That was good. Really good.
Thank you.
The PS5 one, that's gold. Because
yes.
like when you say I'm a widow, like the audience, like they don't know what to say, and then like, oh, he left me for my PS. I was like, oh, okay, because I was like, oh, damn, really? Oh, good. So I didn't know where to go with that one. But about the 5-year difference, maybe just another tag I could think of. Like, okay, well, there's a 5-year difference. He's 5 years younger. Me being 5 years older, it means that he has 5 different positions he can use on me before I get a Charlie's horse. So, I don't know if that's and then like when he talking about the couch one where he's always on the couch and like, okay, hey, he tried to set up to have virtual sex with me and I was in the next room. So I was just like, So that was it. But good job though.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, I love that. I loved how you completely sucked us all in and like owned the energy, and then like we completely earned our attention with that whole dead husband bit, and then you completely turned it around. It was really good to put that as the opener. That got us
Awesome. Thank
hooked
you.
right away.
Excellent. I totally enjoyed that too, because I was like, oh man. And then when you did PS5, it was like boom. And I like it. And I like it because it was almost like wonderful comedic foreplay. Like you set me up, and then as it kept progressing and progressing, we eventually made comedic love, and I liked it. And it was you got there. Like most people can't follow that big bang, but you opened it up and you kept going till we had a wonderful comedic climactic ending. And that was real salacious. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. I wrote this like 2 hours ago too. Usually I'm like really good. Like I'm super far ahead, but tonight it was just like, so thank you.
Fantastic.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Next up, we've got Izzy.
Okay, cool. All right. So my time. I really didn't get a lot on this one. Lawyer. I didn't know what to go with this one. Let's see. Okay, so my thing is a lawyer. A lawyer, I won't, if I get in trouble, I want OJ's lawyer. OJ's lawyer, you could be headed to hell and he would fix it up where all of a sudden Jesus was like, you know what? You can turn around. Come on up. Come on. Don't even worry. You can come on up here. With attorneys, some of these attorneys, they're so terrible they can barely read. You'll go to jail for 20 years for a parking ticket and wonder why and don't know what happened. So, let me see. Okay. And then lawyers. See, rich people get lawyers. Broke people get their old uncle that barely graduated high school that tells me, hey, just go down there and tell him you're sorry. I'm like, I'm gonna go to jail. All right, that's all I got. That's all I have.
Yes.
You should get a lawyer.
Yes.
Always have a lawyer. For real. You don't have to pay one, you just at least have to know one's number.
Right. For real.
Yeah, for real.
And how your broke uncle said, go down there and tell him you're sorry. And then you can use legal jargon and be like, throw yourself on the mercy of the court.
Oh yeah.
Or blame it on, and it's like other stuff like that. That uncle character can go so far in the courtroom. Like you can actually make it to where if you actually decide to make this a bit, like you can tell your uncle like a lawyer wanted $5,000 and he was like, I could do it for 50 in a pack of Newport. And so he actually defends you and just starts saying like crazy. He goes all the way to the courtroom and he's like, my nephew did not do that. I am appalled. You have the mitigated gall and just making up stuff.
Right. Okay. Anybody else?
That was good.
Johnny Cochran, he must like have a deal with the devil or something, right? Like how does he get people off? For sure. Like, you basically, if you hire him, you're also like in bed with Satan, though, right? Like for sure. That's a large retainer.
Very.
Your soul.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we've got Josiah.
Right.
I have no idea why I just did that show too a long time ago. But yes, my topic today is Border Patrol. Question: who's ever been stopped by Border Patrol? And the craziest thing, have you ever been stopped by Border Patrol and been perfectly legal, but still denied access to another country? Because your anxiety takes over, and instead of telling them that you're a tourist, you make a mistake and say you're a terrorist. And so I shrugged my shoulders. They took me in a room and I'm trying to get my anxiety together because now I'm shaking and they're asking me why are you shaking? And I'm like, because I'm nervous. And then Border Patrol is real. They're like the thugs of law enforcement because they have no compassion. Their job is to protect our borders. And if you look anything like a immigrant or whatever, you are going to get in trouble. Because guess what? This is the one time that I'm at Border Patrol and I get profiled. And it's not because I'm black. I was driving while beige. My khaki color complexion worked against me. I would have been better just being all black. It would have worked. But me saying I'm a terrorist and being brown didn't work. And so I'm like, tourism, that's what I wanted. He says, did you say tourism? I said, yes, terrorism. No, I'm sorry. I said, I'm not a terrorist. And then they start asking me questions. They were like, they tried to trick me and ask me, how long you been in the US? I'm like, all my life. They're like, are you sure about that? And then it's crazy. Have you ever had someone convince you that you're not who you are? At the end of the thing, I thought I was jihadi or something, but I wasn't. I'm like, I'm not a terrorist. And they were like, okay, we believe you, but you can't come in today. And I'm like, can I come in tomorrow? And then they're going to like, we'll call you. And I'm like, how? I didn't give you my number. They were like, we know who you are. So I was nervous. It got me all messed up. And then furthermore, did y'all know that we spend $3 billion on Border Patrol? I got the solution. As I put my earbuds back in my ear, I got the solution. If we spending $3 billion on Border Patrol, I say, listen, if you can go through all the trouble from whatever country you live in and make it here, that's your prize. Your prize is citizenship. And guess what? We lower minimum wage, give you the job, pay you more than what you was paying in your country. And guess what? We just killed the deficit because I don't like manual labor anyway. I'm allergic. So yes, let them in, let them work because I don't want to. That's my time.
Hey.
Yeah, I like the I like you said the thugs on the law the Border Patrol being thugs. I thought that was a good one. Maybe they're like they're the new thugs. They're the thugs with emotions. You know, they instead of sending you a ticket. Instead of giving you a ticket, they send you a text and tell you to slow down, you know, I don't know, or something like that. You know, maybe kind of mix them with like, you know, just I thought it'd be a good spin. Let's talk about them, like how they are, like they're more woke and all that stuff like that. Like, you know, so that's the only thing I thought off that one. Yeah.
Thank you.
I wrote down you talked about like being like dark but not like dark enough, or like being like a middle dark. I wrote being a shade of tan didn't work out too well for Obama or his suits.
Cool.
Remember that was a controversy that he wore a tan suit? Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Bar got moved. Talk about moving the goalposts.
Right. I'm writing that down. Cool.
Yeah, I liked it. It was really good. And just when you're talking about like being denied at the border for absolutely no reason, it totally brought me back to like being like 20 and trying to cross the border to go see a concert and being denied because my car kind of smelled like weed. And they were like, is there weed in your car? And I was like, no, I'm, not stupid enough to bring weed over the border, but I also can't go to a concert sober. So
yeah.
Am I getting in or not? They're like, where's the weed? I'm like, hidden under a rock, like, 1 kilometer back so I can smoke one on the way home. Good times. But yeah, it was really good.
I liked it a lot.
Thank you.
if we get Brad back, we'll let him do his next set. But for now, we're going to go through and we're going to work on our own material.
Awesome.
So, I have a weird relationship here in Canada with brand name products. I used to live in the States and I miss having like all these different brand names. But here in Canada, we've got a lot of just generic snore brands. One of them is literally called No Name Brand. And everything made by No Name Brand just says, like, it's just a yellow bag that'll just say, like, rice or cleaning fluid or something. Like, everything looks like it's a product in a warehouse out of the TV show Lost. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with an off-brand soda. I'll take a Mr. Pepper, providing it's not a medical emergency. I also have weird opinions about some brands. Like, in America, you got this peanut butter. It's called Goober. And it's like a swirl of peanut butter and jelly mixed together. And I don't know how to feel about it. It's somehow more classy and less classy at the same time. And then over here in Canada, we always a version. There's always, this content is not available in your region. There's this, and now I've got this whole situation. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. There's HBO Go, there's HBO Now, there's HBO Max, and I cannot tell the difference between them. But did we ever really expect clarity from the people whose slogan was, it's not TV, it's HBO? They've gone down the slippery slope. Now it's not HBO, it's HBO, and you lost me. Here, I mean, you can go to grocery stores here in Canada still, even though there's a lockdown. But now I'm put in a tricky situation where, as an allergy sufferer, I have to try to put people at ease by describing how all of the gross things that are happening and how it's not COVID. No, I've just got seasonal allergies and a deviated septum and postnasal drip. So I've just got snot running down my throat. It's not gross or anything. I've never thought I would have to be put into that corner. Everyone's just doing outdoor activities right now. The little 9-year-old kid next door was getting ready to learn how to ride his bike for the first time. And he was riding it up and down my driveway. And he was wearing literally every piece of protective gear that has been invented for children. He looked, if everything weren't Minecraft themed, he would have looked like he was trying to storm the Capitol. Just fucking helmets and shoulder pads and wrist guards and, oh my God, it was a whole fucking ordeal. And I get it, right? But like, also, wait until he hits like 3 miles. Like, he's going so slow. he's still at the stage where he's like doing all of his stops Flintstone style, where it's just like with like both feet. So I think he'll be fine. So all of this shit that's been going on in the middle, I'll be honest. For that earlier segment, I read a bunch of Fox News and I started worrying that the end of the world was coming. And so I looked. I thought, hey, remember there's the doomsday clock. It's like a ticking clock that it's getting closer and closer to midnight. And when it reaches midnight, boom, doomsday. And of course, what did we use to clearly represent that? We used an analog clock. God, that is some boomer shit. Oh, is it relatable? Well, we thought about using the angled kerning of cursive penmanship to indicate how close we are to the brink of annihilation. But no, analog clock, super fucking clear. All right. Well, I'm excited that I do get to do outdoor activities a little bit now. I took up disc golf or frisbee golf when at the beginning of the pandemic. It was a great social distancing activity because it's real easy to stay 6 feet apart, especially because I've never actually managed to throw the disc 6 feet from where it was supposed to be anyways. So there was never any risk of there being people there. But I'm hoping that I do better this year. Wish me luck, guys. Thanks. Bye.
Awesome-tastic.
Anything I should expand on in there?
I totally get the allergy thing because I've got the most brutal allergies right now. So I'm always sneezing and the whole, thing. It's just like, it's not COVID. It's just
It's
like,
not part of it.
something worse than COVID. It's like, it's gonorrhea or, it's just herpes, It's like, oh, well, thank God, at least it's not COVID, right? Like, and the goober, like, what kind of friggin', how do they name that? Like, that peanut butter jam thing, the goober. It was called a goober.
It's called goober.
Yeah, like,
Can-
what
can-
does it look
can
like?
anyone-
I don't know.
can
It looks like
anyone
a
back me
pile
up
of
on
slop.
that
Let's
that's a
call
thing
it a
that exists?
goober. And the frisbee golf, yeah, also it's easy to social distance because no one else is playing. So there's no one else on the field. I don't know, what do you call it? The course of
I think it's the course. I'm
the
still
frolf
very new.
course.
I haven't had a chance to talk to another person about it. I've only, done what I've only, seen and read stuff on the internet. So now I'm very well read.
There you go.
Sorry, that's a good one. I love that joke. That's so funny. I like that joke a lot.
I like what you said with the allergies and the nasal drip. I think you could stretch that out a little bit more too when you were like, yes, it is disgusting, but at least it's not contagious.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you can say like COVID, they give you a life expectancy. I live with this nasal drip all my life. Like I could live 20 more years, but still have this uncomfortable COVID symptoms, but they're not contagious.
Right. Yeah.
And so then you can even make it to where when other people are around you and you don't want them to be around, you just basically start sneezing, but it's your allergies. It's not COVID. You're like, phew, yeah, it happens all the time.
I'm telling you. COVID, I thought of another tagline. COVID is like the new STD where you have to always talk to everyone that you've entertained and talk to all your partners now. All of a sudden, everybody else you've been around giving a hug to, now all of a sudden I got to tell them I've had COVID now.
That's hilarious.
I try to do my grocery shopping like real quick now because like as soon as I like get in the store and put on the mask, like I am immediately holding in a sneeze, right? And, like sneezing in a mask is like it's game over. It's like finishing your grocery shopping in like a sneezed in mask is like finishing your grocery shopping in shat and pants. It's bad, you guys. But by the end of it, I'm doing this like angle thing with my head, and I like got this look in my eyes, so I got the mask on, and I'm making this look at everyone like this one. I'm just trying to get out of here and use as few like words as possible so I can just get all this shit out my head. It's bad. It gets bad. All right. Next up, we've got Kel Davies.
So a little about me. I'm on my second marriage. They say the second one is always better than the first one because you learn from all your mistakes. Well, my first mistake was getting married, so I guess I didn't learn a fucking thing. I didn't have kids with either one of them. I figured one adult child was plenty. I was actually scared to have kids after I learned that sperm can live in the body for up to 5 days. Truth. Like 5 days after all the strong and the smart sperm have died off, that little slacker just doggy paddles up like, oh, hey, is this anybody's egg? I'm starving. Yeah. Does old lazy sperm come out that way as well? Like, is that how a pothead is born? I may have been that 5-day-old sperm. I also didn't have kids because I always had this fear that I would forget my baby somewhere. I didn't really know where that fear came from until my mother told me that she left me at a baseball field when I was an infant once. Yeah, I'm not lying. Okay, I am. It was actually twice. It was a small town. It was the 70s. I was safe-ish. I mean, the t-ball coach who found me was more into boys anyway, so. I did read, though, that baseball fields are very popular for kidnappings, actually. You know that Take Me Out to the Ball Game song? Like, buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Well, good fucking thing, Billy, because you're in the trunk of this pervert's car and you're never seeing your parents again. Yeah. You're never getting back, all right. Well, might be getting on your back later. All right. But me and my husband, we decided it was just safer to get a dog instead. So, but then I decided I would get 2 more dogs, 2 cats, a hamster, and 10 lizards. Yeah, I don't want to be a mother at all. No. I'm a 42-year-old woman with no children, which translates into I'm horny all the fucking time. Yeah. Me and my husband went to Costco a little while back, and the jumbo packs of batteries were on sale, and I just started rifling those bitches into the cart, and he was like, whoa, 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 what do we need all these batteries for? And I was like, we don't. My vibrator definitely does, though. I did pester my husband, though, for 3 years to get a vasectomy. Last year, he finally went through with it. So I wake up on Mother's Day this year totally depressed. Like, there's no breakfast in bed for me. There's no stupid drawing from some dumb kid that I created for me, you know. I tell my husband I might be having some regrets, right? Like, maybe we should have had kids. But the one thing that does stop me, though, is that 3 psychics told my mother in my lifetime that I would have twins. And, I mean, at this point in my life, I'd be maybe okay with 1, but I don't think I'd be able to handle 2. So I was talking to my boss and telling her about this the other day. She's a 35-year-old single gal. Her doctor just told her she should freeze her eggs like yesterday. And she says, you know what? I'm not really interested in ever being pregnant. So maybe we can make a deal here. She says, you know, I want 1. You want 1. I have money. You have no morals. So long story short, looks like I'm going to be coming into some black market baby money. Honestly, I might just sell them both and pool the money together and like upgrade into like something more fancy. You know, like a Swiss baby that's like genetically imprinted to be an Olympian, or you know, something like super hard to come by, like an Asian boy. Yeah, I got like at least another year to decide on it. But it did get me thinking, though, when my boss was telling me about her doctor suggesting to freeze her eggs. Like, could you just tell by poking around down there that there wasn't any action happening? Like, does it start to seal back up after a while? Like, if you don't lose it, you literally lose it. If I save it up long enough, do I go back into being a virgin? Because if so, I think I know what I'm getting my husband for his birthday this year. Yeah, you know, like they say, some of the best gifts don't cost anything at all. So that's it. That's it for me.
Woo!
So just because of the material you covered in the first set, I gotta ask, is your ex-husband still alive?
Oh, unfortunately, yeah.
No.
As far as I know, anyway.
And as a tag, I have written here, the child protective laws were different back then. If she had have left me at a baseball game a 3rd time, then she'd be out.
Hilarious.
Yeah, and it's not a lie. She literally did. My grandmother took me home the one time. Like, my mother literally just went friggin' home, and she forgot me all. And my grandma waited.
She said she you know, felt lighter all of a sudden.
And she waited like 2 hours, and my grandmother called, and she was like, "Hey, how's it going?" She's like, "Oh, all good. You know, just getting Dylan into bed." She's like, "Yeah, how's Kelly?" She's like, "Oh my God." Yeah.
Your mom got a home run.
It is so hilarious. I see Kelly's face glitching over Jester's face.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, it was like a few minutes ago. It was just glitching over his face. It was super cool. Always doing it.
To tell apart.
Yeah, I like that second time around, and then you're like, "Hey, I guess I didn't learn my lesson because I did it again."
Yeah, and in baseball terms, that's called an error.
Hilarious. That's a good callback.
Yeah, you have some good stuff. I thought of like maybe like the lazy sperm, like, okay, hey, is this the sperm that's going to be the serial killer? Is this the sperm that's going to put me in the basement? Which one? I'm not sure. This is just, which one is going to put me on the first 48? I don't know which one's going to do
Right. It's like, is day 4 sperm the serial killer sperm, and day 5 sperm is the pothead sperm?
Right.
Like.
And then I thought of one, being a mother at this point is getting someone to remember where my pills are.
It's like picking stuff up off the ground so I don't have to bend over anymore. Like, that's the only reason I'm gonna have a kid now, right?
Maybe it's like a first 48 situation where if the egg's not found within the first 48 hours, the chances start reducing drastically. And I was worried about you when you said you got left at the baseball arena, but I'm glad to hear that you were safe.
And you finally made it home.
There we go.
That's hilarious. And I like the part about you saying how like not wanting kids at this point, and it's almost like you can make it where it's not that I don't want kids, I just don't think the world deserves another me. like you make, and then you can be like, but then you look at the condition of the world. I don't think I want to bring them in this, because if I'm gone, like 9 times out of 10, I'm going to probably be dead before they're grown.
You could make a transition from the baseball situation to like the IVF story by saying, speaking of things being dug out.
Hilarious.
Oh, nice.
That is super smart. Speaking of things getting dug out.
So many baseball references.
Yeah.
I love it. Great.
Or like,
This
talking
is the
about
one time that it's not the first time actually that thinking about baseball and sex at the same time really worked out for me.
It'll be hilarious how you'll be messing with your husband and like you guys be having sex and he gets too into it and he says, "You want to have my baby, don't you?" And he's like, "That's kind of impossible."
Yeah.
Like, that's not gonna happen.
Well, and I missed part of that. The only thing that stops me besides a severed vas deferens is the fact that I should be having twins. Yeah. I missed that little part.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I think your set would have been like a whole lot better if you had had that joke. It would have made a vast difference.
Yeah. That's funny. Awesome. Yeah, I've only ever done stand up here. This is my outlet. I used to just go to the bar alone and talk to strangers. So this is my social outlet now. And when Canada opens back up and we can get out there, I'm going to try and actually get up on stage. So
yeah, well, there's the good thing about this stuff is it makes it easy to do this. I'm grateful for this because I don't have to feel so stressed out trying to go. I mean, I've been to clubs before. I've been recently, as of like about a week ago, but this makes it easy. So like, if I don't have to feel like I have to leave the house, I can just do it. You know what I'm saying? So it is the perfect setup.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's been awesome.
I got to get me one of those Segways with an iPad on top. Roll that around town. Yeah. Next up, we got Izzy.
Okay. I'm practicing actually for a competition, so I'm gonna do the same set that I'm gonna do, and I'm going to see. All right, I'm gonna do the opening. Okay, cool. All right, you ready? Hello?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. All right, good deal. Okay, all right. Let me do some. Okay. Okay. What's up? What's up, y'all? Welcome, welcome. I was y'all just fine. All y'all just good looking. You know what I'm saying? I did one show. It was a virtual show, and everybody was just ugly as a motherfucker. I had to turn the damn screen off. I was like, damn, they must have caught another form of COVID or something. They got a different strain or some shit. It's just messing my stomach up. Messing my stomach up. But I just can't. I got up here just a little bit ago, and I went to a Subway. And the dude had little teardrops on his face, and that means he had killed somebody. If you got the little teardrops, it means you've off somebody. And so he was offering me my Subway, and he was like, man, what kind of meat you want? I'm like, you know what, whatever you think I need. I don't even know, whatever you think, what you like, I'm gonna get that. Because he looked like he had killed some people. So I was like, no, I'm good. I was allergic to all the stuff that he had, but I said, look, I'm just gonna deal with the allergy. I ain't gonna worry about it. But yeah, I had another guy when I was in school. This guy was I had a guy, he looked like he had killed a few bodies in his backyard. He was the school crossing guard. And so needless to say, that was the fastest crossing guard. Kids were running super across about that damn street. Oh, shit wasn't missing shit. I said it was terrible. Yeah, so I'm in Seattle, clap for Seattle. I mean fuck Seattle. But just, Seattle's terrible. Like the food got to be the worst shit you ever had. Picture a trash can flipped upside down and thrown on a plate. That is Seattle's food. I mean, I looked at the food and I'm like, this is why people are sleepless in Seattle. This is why. Like, it's just terrible debauchery. And so even the thugs in Seattle, they just different. Like they don't just come at you. They just they just don't come at you. They send that, the thugs a little bit nicer. Like Texas thugs, they come at you like, man, give me your wallet. And Texas, thugs in Seattle, they be like, you know what? Gives you wallet or your wallet or your keys. I'm like, you know what? You've been so nice. I'll give you my wallet. Since you were so thoughtful. I'm like, okay, cool. But who done got the vaccine? Everybody who done got the vaccine? With this vaccine, it's been interesting because I just got mine, Johnson & Johnson. I'm just kidding. No, fuck that vaccine. But look, I got that vaccine, and so it's been interesting to have it because, I've seen the dudes out here. Dudes are saying like, man, fuck that bitch. I ain't gonna take it. I don't even know where it's from. And those are the same dudes that go down on a one-night stand, but you don't know, and you don't know where Marissa from. But all of a sudden now you get Moderna. And it's like, man, I don't know where it's from. I've heard of it. I'm like, bro, you got the STD in your throat. You got it in your throat, but you can't, what I'm saying? It's terrible. And with women, I've never, ever heard of a woman saying, you know what? Let me wash this dick off. Okay. I've never seen a woman wash off a dick before she sucked it. I've never heard of that. But now all of a sudden she's so into being clean and stuff. It's now that we've been stuck in now quarantine, WAP has been interested in the song to hear the song. Like everybody's, man, I'm gonna get that WAP. I'm gonna get that, I got that WAP. And I'm like, nah, girl, you got that, you got sweat, that's not WAP. That kind of, you that's looking like some they're looking like some EBT mess you got down there. That's not WAP. That's not, I'm not feeling that WAP. And and I'm like, and Cardi B done pumped so many women's head because she even said talking about I ain't got to cook, I ain't got to clean, it's this and that. I'm like, nah, yeah, you better grab a mop and broom. Your WAP ain't that good. You better you better get to sweeping. In fact, some of y'all's WAP so bad, y'all need to know how to do an alternator or something like that. Fix the dude's car. So like, it's coming. I'm dumping your car. It's good. I got you, baby. It's coming. But y'all, that's my set. All right.
I think that Subway bit with the thug. I think that could really be expounded upon, because when you dropped it, you kind of left it like, all right, like when you went it, you were like, all right, I got my sandwich and I was done. All right, y'all, I'm about to go to my next topic because I don't know if y'all feeling that or not. Like, you jumped out of it. And so I think it'd be good if you talk about how the Subway guy looked like he was on a prison release program. And then you could say how he went from tossing salad to serving salad.
Oh.
And then you can say how he act. I see your I can hear your cadence, and you can say how I thought you were gonna go with, because he was in prison, because he was a thug, and when he asked you what kind of meat that you wanted on your salad, I thought you was gonna go there. And so I'm thinking when he said what kind of meat you wanted, you could tell by the tone of his voice that's not the first time he asked that question.
Oh.
And then you could say, because of how he said it, you just got a vegan sub and call it a day. Like, I just want lettuce.
I'm doing lettuce. Okay.
And then I think when you a good play on words with the WAP, you can tell her you ain't moist. You just got pee perspiration, but you can say the word.
Okay.
That will be hilarious. She got pee perspiration, the PUS perspiration. That's gold.
Oh, okay.
Not like urine perspiration, but if you say the word, it'll work.
Okay.
And then if you don't say the word, I'm gonna give it to a dirty comic, and then he's gonna say the word, and you're gonna be mad you didn't say the word.
Right. Okay. Who? Anybody else?
Are you doing this on stage in Seattle?
I am. Well, no, it's Tacoma.
Oh, okay. If you're doing it in Seattle, you won't have to like ask people to applaud Seattle. So that'll work with your timing. So it's like that's good.
Give it up for your own city.
Yeah, you don't want yeah, that'll happen.
Sweetie D.
I had a dosage thing about there when you were talking about like comparing. Like, you're not going to take a half a cubic centimeter of BioNTech, but I've seen you take like 400 to 700 cubic centimeters a dick, like all in one go.
Oh.
I don't know if that's too much system for y'all, but
Well, I don't know.
It's hilarious.
Because people are like, wait, how much is that again?
Stat.
Then you get people counting shit.
It's so smart though. Like, even if they don't get the measurement of it, it's hilarious. Like, they'll take penis when they won't take the vaccine. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I think that's really funny too, and just like no women are cleaning off a dick, right? Like, like hookers like using hand sanitizer on a dick first, right?
I'm not sure. I think technically they're giving it a spit shine.
And,
That's hilarious.
Maybe a little bit of that elbow grease.
And you don't want to take the vaccine. You don't know what's in it, right? Like, yeah, okay, you've been treating your body like a gas station bathroom for the past 30 years, but now suddenly it's a temple. Like, yeah, okay.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah,
now,
it was
the opening joke that I use. I don't know if y'all heard that as much. The opening joke I used was like, hey, I was in front of a bunch of ugly people. I thought they had a weird strain of COVID.
Yes, I did. I wrote that down. Actually, I did like that. Yeah, that was good.
You did like that one. Okay,
yes.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure because of course, with everything, you people remember the first and they remember the last joke.
Yes.
So y'all always want to make sure those two are good.
Yeah, a good saver can save a weak middle. A good closer.
Huh?
And that was the whole thing was solid there. Anything else?
Sweet.
Okay.
All right.
Cool,
Next up, we've got Josiah.
Okay.
Hey, white people, how y'all doing today? Hey. Well, I thought I would give you the wonderful greeting which your gentrification deserves. Well, newsflash. The reason I'm this wonderful khaki color complexion is my mom's white and my dad's missing. Yeah, you guys are all going to hell for laughing at me being a bastard. It's okay. He's not really missing. My mom said he's on a 21-year parental sabbatical. He coming back. I believe it. But the wonderful thing being raised by a white woman, I didn't get a lot of whoopings because newsflash, white women don't whoop their kids. And so I got spankings and time out till I was 10 years old. And you guys know about getting a spanking. My mother would be like, Josiah, do you want a spanking? And I'm like, sure, Alice, bring it on. She would say, I'm going to whoop your bottom. And I was looking in her eyes and I say, I's going to bend over. I's going to let you whoop me. But I's ain't going to like it. Having my people gone through enough, woman. She said, that's horrible. That's not a good way to talk to your mother. I told her, I just delivered you from a hate crime, woman. Be thankful. So she sent me to my room like most white people do. And because I'm black, I tried to push the envelope. And I was like, all right, Alice, I'm going to my room. If she was black, I would definitely not call her by her first name. But hey, she not. So she got to acquiesce to all my blackness. So I go to the room and I said, kill Whitey, Whitey, kill Whitey, Whitey, die. Kill Whitey, Whitey, kill Whitey, Whitey, die. I miss my daddy. She said, you need Jesus. I'm taking you to church. In that moment, I realized that black church and white church is absolutely polar opposites. White church songs sound like Jesus is a superhero. Watch. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns on heaven above. Look at that. Superhero. Black church songs treat Jesus like he a sugar daddy. Yes, they do. Here go one of those. This is a black song for you. This is a real song. How you gonna pay your rent? All your money spent. Baby need a new pair of shoes. Say you got a light bill due. Turn it over to Jesus. He work it out. Oh yeah, Jesus will work it out if you let him. If you let him. I said, what the devil? I'm buying this spirit. And then the preaching is different. Black preachers scare the hell out of you. They be like, it's some lying devils in here. It's some drinking devils, some indigo kush devils, some Hennessy devils, devil, 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 devil. I'm like, where's he at? I'm scared. White church is endearing. They love you to heaven. Joel Osteen gets up there and he say, this is my Bible. I can have what it says I can have. I can do what it says I can do. I am what it says I am. In Jesus' name. You see that? It was cool. Man, I was trying to talk to this one girl in church, in the Pentecostal black church, and she gonna tell me, in order for me to talk to her, I gotta sing her a Pentecostal black song. But in 2005, y'all, all I knew was T-Pain, Genuine, and the Yin Yang Twins. So I said, come on, Genuine. I looked her in her eyes and I said, I'm so anxious. Meet me at 11:30. I love it when you're talking holy, cause I'm so anxious. She said, boy, he is not talking about church. I says, wait a minute, I got another one for you. Is there any more room for me on that pew in the revival with your Bible? Is there any more? She said, boy, that is Genuine in those jeans. Sing me a song. I said, girl, you ain't said nothing. Come on, T-Pain. Help her play out. I'm in love with a Christian. She prays and then worshiping Jesus. She lifting her hands. I'm in love with a Christian. Got a body like a goddess. And I love it when she prays the Lord. Listen to this. She don't even know me. Yay, yay, yay. But she know G-O-D. Yay, yay, yay. She said, boy, that is T-Pain. I'm in love with a dancer. And furthermore, Jesus is my boyfriend, boo-boo. Jesus is my boyfriend. I looked her in the eyes. I said, Jesus, you talking about God, son? You think you the only one he talking to? Y'all in a polyamorous relationship because Jesus love everybody. I'm Josiah. I'm done. Thank you for loving me.
Good set. The only thing is the gentrification joke. I probably wouldn't open with that one because unfortunately, if you go into a room like that, especially if it's an all-white room, you will hear a pitch. You will be able to hear a pin drop because it's kind of one of those sensitive subjects. And the problem with the wave thing, it's half time people don't understand like what that means. So like I don't know if like that would be. You'd have to really like spruce it up.
Because I'm half white, they laugh at it because I piggyback it with, guess what? My mom's white. And so it's like, I don't use the gentrification too much. Like, I've probably been saying that for 2 years in clubs. I usually say, I come out and wave and I say, hey, white people, how y'all doing? And they wave back at me. And then I say, my mom's white and my dad's missing. Because typically, if I do it all.
No, that's fine. That after that.
Yeah.
Without
the gentrification, yeah.
The dad's missing is pretty cool. Like that's a good one. I thought that was really, really good. Yeah.
So that gentrification, that might put a little.
I don't know.
It won't hit in the black room at all.
At all. No, hell no. And
you might activate a white room's white guilt.
Right. Exactly. That's hilarious.
So it's kind of one of those things.
I'm about to write that down. White guilt.
And then the jingle on the holy song, that's pretty good. I thought that was pretty good. Like that's definitely something to include, to have that as a closing joke or something like that.
For the genuine thing, for meet me at 11:30 on Sunday.
Yes. Yeah. Meet me at 11:30 Sunday in Bible study.
Oh, Sunday. Okay. Yeah, I misheard the second line. Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't say it because I forgot it, but you said it right. It's crazy because I was trying to segue somewhere in there. Like I have a Black Lives Matter march bit, but I don't know how to interject it in there because I go from my white mom and I go immediately to church. So I'm trying to get to the march because I talk about how like my mom goes to Black Lives Matter marches with me and always out-black me. And she's old, so she's like 70 and I'm like young, and I'm like, she's always going above and beyond. And it's like at these marches, like they have stuff that black people don't have. Like they have pamphlets. Like we don't have pamphlets.
You could tell that part before you get in trouble with her, because then we're all on her side when she sends you to your room.
Okay, so do I start with the? Start with
the BLM stuff. Use that. You could use that. Use the BLM stuff, and your mom being a good ally to overcome the white guilt from that earlier.
From the whooping.
Yeah.
Okay.
That might work.
Okay. Cool. Like.
Yeah. Yep. Win us back with an example of solid allyship.
Solid allyship. I like that. And it was in my mind, I'm gonna do the march, I'm gonna do the BLM. But it's crazy though, because the set that I did to y'all, I've been doing that set for like a year now. And so it's like, I was scared because I just wrote the Black Lives Matter march. And it's like, I don't know if it worked because I've never done it on stage. So it's like, I'm like trying to, it's hard to inject it into the set because I've never did it.
Well, definitely it can be done. It just has to be done strategically. The good thing is with a black comic, people really just let you kind of go with stuff like that, like whatever. Nobody really thinks twice about it. If it was a white comic or something like that and they did it, it could be done. It has to be done very strategically. And so, but it can be done. But like I say, it's a trigger point. That's why I said the gentrification is a trigger point depending on what room you go to,
Mm-hmm.
Anything I'm worried about how it might go over. Based on if it's based on the room, like it's real room dependent. I like to slide that into the middle because then I get a little bit of time to get a read on what everyone's doing and kind of like earn that trust. And then if I don't, I cut it real quick and move on.
That's awesome.
I like the handing it over to Jesus, or is that what it was in the one
Yes.
song, right? Yes, it's just like Jesus is gonna pay all my bills. Like landlord comes for the rent, and you're like, I'm sorry, I handed it over to God, so he's gonna take care of that for you. And you just start like closing the door slowly, right? And he's like, and you're like, no, I handed it over to Jesus. Sorry, it's out of my hands now. Please leave.
That's hilarious.
Plus, in the Catholic churches, they got this whole elaborate, like, Simon Says hokey pokey game situation going on. Where they're doing like a hold this to a shake, now you shake your hands, and also with you, or and to God and Spirit, and there's like this whole fucking game you get to play. It's fucking neat. I didn't say Simon Says. Jesus didn't say. Didn't say Jesus says. Yeah, that was fun.
That was awesome-tastic.
It was really good.
Loved the characters. Loved the characters.
You
took us to church, and then you took us to churches. It was awesome.
I gotta work on this bit I'm doing for my daughters. I kept doing it, but I don't know how to take the he said, she said. Like, I have a problem identifying my characters before I do them. Like, she said, and then he said, and then she said. It's like, it's a terrible tale. So how do you guys work on when you guys doing a character, as opposed to saying, like, identifying that person as speaking to just speaking as that person?
Silly voices.
Yeah, you really do, because if you say he said, she said, it becomes more of a monologue.
Yep, that's what they told me.
And it's a little bit tougher. I mean, but sometimes you can just describe the situation and where you were.
Okay.
Because if the story goes too long, people lose track of it. Mm-hmm. So, like if you're talking about your child's birthday party, like, I said this, and my baby mama said this, and then this is what happened, and something like that. So, I mean, if you do too many characters, then you almost have to do a damn stage play. Then people get lost on what it is and stuff, and yeah.
Welcome to my one-man show.
Yes.
Right, basically.
Yes.
Basically.
I keep ending up favoring, like, I'll take it over the top. Like, if I'm talking about like my girlfriend or something, like, it'll be like, so it's like, it's like I'll create like a voice that has like the attitude of the joke, and sometimes I'm like, this is my girlfriend again, but now I'm doing a different voice because I feel differently about the situation.
And when you talk to your girlfriend and you're telling her how she sounded, do you use that voice to her as well?
Oh, hell no!
Because I have a voice. I have a voice of my husband too, and he hates when I use it.
That's hilarious.
I dated a girl in college, and she would do her sexy bedroom voice was like straight up an impression of like Natasha from Rocky and Bullwinkle. It was so distracting, you guys. It was like,
that's hilarious.
It was weird. So
I told my daughter, I was like, I was telling someone, they were like, do you lie to your kids? And I was like, of course. I tell them white lies because we all know Black lives matter.
Funny.
Oh man, that was a killer.
She was like, Daddy, do we have enough money to buy a cell phone? I was like, of course. She was like, iPhone? I'm like, absolutely not.
Well, as we learned from Brad and Star Trek, if you want data, go with an Android.
That's hilarious. Where he kept trying. He was like, one more try for the road.
He kept trying.
One more try. Beam me up, Scotty. Scotty, yeah. Come on.
He was giving it all he could, but it just wasn't enough, Captain.
Captain is just not logging on, Captain.
All right, thank you, everybody. We're going to go around the circle, and we're going to do some plugs real quick. Josiah, since you're on the stage, why don't you take it?
Hey, I am comedian Josiah B. Jones on all social media platforms. You can follow me at comedian Josiah Jones everywhere. So yeah, look me up. And on Clubhouse, I'm comedian Josiah Jones everywhere.
I'm Jester Lind. You can see me hosting Wednesdays on the workshop, and now starting soon. The fourth Wednesday of every month is going to be an all musical comedy night. So that'll be fun. We're going to take the same formula and do it with musical comedy. So that'll be a fun recurring situation. Izzy.
Hey, well, you can look me up on Century Changer on Instagram. I am have a comedy competition coming up on the 9th, and then I have another show coming up at the end of June. So definitely look online on my Instagram, Century Changer, for more details. And love y'all to see y'all out here in the Pacific Northwest area.
And Kel Davies.
You can find me here on the workshop again pretty soon. And you can follow me on Instagram if you like, k.d, if you like pictures of animals and weird shit that I take pictures of when I get high. So
Thank you, everybody. Good night.